Hey everyone, so welcome. So today we're going to work on something that I think is one of the most important skills in analytical writing. And it's something that a lot of students struggle with, even in high school and further down. So we're going to talk about topic sentences. Now, topic sentences, you might have first learned it in fifth grade. And the thing is that there's a huge difference between a topic sentence that just exists and a topic sentence that actually does something and that actually makes an argument. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take some weak, vague topic sentences and transform them into strong analytical ones. And so by the end of this, you're going to be kind of looking at your own writing differently. So the first thing that we should always talk about first is what is wrong with being vague. So let me show you what I mean by what is wrong with being vague. So, in one of the class chapters, we're going to be talking about Perseus, who is the Greek hero who defeated Medusa. And let's say your topic sentence is just saying something like Perseus did stuff. So, this is technically a sentence, yes, but it doesn't tell us anything meaningful. It's definitely not that. So if I'm your reader, I have no idea what you are about to argue. And if I say something like, this paragraph is about heroes. So if I write something like this, okay, cool, interesting that it's about heroes, but what about heroes? What is your point? What are you trying to prove? So, usually, a topic sentence isn't just an announcement of your topic, it's not a table of contents, it's a claim. So, it's the one thing you want your reader to walk away basically believing after they read your paragraph. So, if I say something like Perseus was good, then okay, what does good exactly mean? Good at fighting, good as a person, good looking. So all of these examples that I have just given you, they are kind of dead end sentences. It doesn't give you any route to go to. And so it doesn't end up setting any kind of argument. So now we will look at basically what do strong topic sentences actually look like. So there are a few things you want to remember when you are trying to think about what a good topic sentence is. So a strong analytical topic sentence has three parts. So the first one is that there is a specific subject. So it's not just Perseus, but what about Perseus? What specific trait about Perseus or action or moment? What about it? Be specific. And the second part is to have some kind of strong analytical verb. So no is, was, or has, but try to have verbs like that show or make your statement more clear. So words that you could use could be illustrates, reveals, demonstrates, exemplifies, challenges. These word examples are quite commonly used, but they are still it makes your sentences and statements more specific. So it tells these verbs tell your reader that you're making an argument, not just stating a fact. And the third one is a so what reason. So what I mean by this is, okay, why does this matter? What does it show about the character? What does it show about the theme? What does it show about the text? So instead of Perseus was good, if I were to try and answer these questions that I had just brought up, I could also write instead of Perseus was good, say Perseus demonstrates strategic intelligence by using his shield as a mirror to defeat Medusa without looking directly at her. So the difference between this one and Perseus was good is that we have a specific trait, which is strategic intelligence here that I have highlighted. And we have a strong verb, which is demonstrates here. And we also have the so what, which is three, right? He used the shield as a mirror, and that shows how he shows this trait. So this sentence that I have given as an example, it gives you somewhere to go. So now, after I write this sentence, I could write a whole paragraph explaining this moment, analyzing why it matters, and basically connecting it to the bigger theme of the story. And so let's try to do this together. So let's look at the weak sentences from before. So Perseus did stuff. Perseus did stuff. Let's say this is what you have. So you have to be smart about the questions you're asking. So you are basically like an interviewer trying to catch these details that this person is not stating. So things you could ask would be, what specific stuff did he do? So we would have to pick one thing if we were to try and answer this question. So maybe we can say, okay, how about the time when he accepted the quest to kill Medusa, even though everyone thought it was impossible? And the next question that naturally may arise could be, what trait does that show? And if I were to answer this question, I could say something like, I think that shows courage, maybe determination, one or the other, they both work. And then after you answer that question, we would want to maybe add a strong verb and the so what question, right? And so I could say something like, Perseus demonstrates, Perseus demonstrates remarkable courage. So we went over this by accepting the quest, the difficult quest to slay Medusa, revealing his willingness to risk his life for the sake of his mother's honor, something like that. So now see how much more this gives us. So we know exactly what we are going to argue, and we know why it matters. And it ultimately connects to his loyalty to his mother. Okay. And let's try another one. So it could be the statement, this paragraph is about heroes. So this, the issue is it's more like announcing the topic instead of making a claim. So we want to flip it. So the questions that we could be naturally asking with trying to make this more specific is stuff like, okay, what do you want to argue about heroes? Maybe that true heroism isn't just about strength, but maybe about difficult choices. And we could also connect it to Perseus specifically and say something like the myth of Perseus suggests that true heroism is defined not by physical strength, but by willingness to sacrifice personal safety for others. And so that would also be a topic sentence. So you're making an argument about what heroism means, and you can prove it with evidence from the story. And so these are kind of examples. So to recap, when you're writing a topic sentence, you have to ask yourself three questions. So these. So the first is, what specific thing am I talking about? Not just the character, but what trait, action, or moment. And then second is, what's my argument? And am I making a claim or just announcing a topic? And then the third is, so what? So why does this matter? And how does it connect to the bigger picture? And if you can answer these three questions, then your topic sentence will be strong. And once you have a strong topic sentence, the rest of the paragraph almost just writes itself. That's how important the topic sentence is. And so now you know exactly what you need in order to prove the topic sentence. And next time, what we would be doing is taking these topic sentences and building a full and analytical paragraph or paragraphs around them.